through the year 2021 and will ramp up through 2024 to $413,000. However, commencing January 2025, rent will increase to $3.2 million, I'm rounding slightly, and in January 2027, rent will increase to $6.8 million. From that point on, rent will increase 3% annually through the end of the lease term, which is projected to be 21/19. I'm very pleased to share that as part of BPDA's commitment to diversity and inclusion, BPDA is requiring new developments to provide a diversity and inclusion plan. Marcus Partners has agreed to seek minority, women-owned business enterprise inclusion in all phases of the development, including ownership, pre-development, construction, and ongoing operating expenses. They also will be participating in the Commercial Real Estate Success Training Program, or CREST, which is a comprehensive program to attract underrepresented students and women into the commercial real estate industry. They will commit to at least one CREST intern during all phases of the proposed development. They will also participate in a climate resiliency financing program, which I spoke to briefly, as did Ray, I believe, at the last month's meeting. BPDA will receive from Marcus up to $250,000 per year towards reimbursement for physical improvements made by BPDA to protect the Raymond L. Flynn Marine Park from pending sea level rise. And those payments will continue for up to 30 years. It is a reimbursement program, however, so BPDA must first invest the funds. And the funds will be collectible once 50% of the Raymond L. Flynn Marine Park tenants have agreed to participate in the program. In the event that Marcus fails to commence construction on the first building by 2025, they have agreed to participate in an economic development fund, wherein they will pay an additional 15% for every month they have extended in 2025 prior to construction. That rate will increase to an additional 20% in the event that construction start date is extended into 2026, and will increase to 25% should construction be delayed into 2027 or beyond. The additional funds will be utilized towards economic development opportunities such as infrastructure improvements and job creation efforts. The additional payments will cease upon construction start. The value of the lease payments to be received by BPDA will approach $146 million. In present value of the lease payments. Even after the initial 50% discount, that number represents the rent payments represent the current fair market value of the site as a development site in today's market. But that's my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you. Do we have any questions from the board?
I have a question, Dennis. It seems that Marcus is taking over the lease for this public property and then redeveloping it with a new building. Is that correct?
That is correct. Possibly probably two buildings.
My question is about community benefits for the public. I understand the terms of the lease, but are there going to be additional community benefits for the public associated with the construction of those buildings?
They will be subject to all of the standard approval process, including Article 80, which has a quite involved community process. So I don't think that the actual community benefits have been negotiated yet, but you would know better than I about how Article 80, the Article 80 process, which they are fully required to follow, and they're willingly do so.
Okay, that answers my question. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great question. Any further questions from the board? Okay, hearing and seeing none, a motion is in order.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, roll call for a vote. Ms. Downs?
Aye.
Monahan?
Aye.
Mr. Miller?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Motion passes. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, item number 4. Request authorization to execute a 3-year contract with DBI Waste Systems Incorporated for trash removal within the Raymond L. Flynn Marine Park in an amount not to exceed $108,000 or $108,900. Laura.
Hi, good afternoon. Thank you, Madam Chair. Hopefully you can hear me, although I seem to have an issue with my video. Perfect, great. I'm requesting your authorization to award a contract to DBI Waste Systems Incorporated in an amount not to exceed $120,000 total over the 3-year contract term. These services help the real estate team manage BP Day property as if we live next door. Under this contract specifically, DBI will contain, compact, and remove refuse from 3 locations in the Raymond